Welcome to Hockey Time with Ryan, Large-Agee. This man right here, Gordie Howe, also known as Mr. Hockey. He was born on March 21st, 1928. He then played 26 total seasons with the Red Wings. He became the face of Detroit hockey. In 1950, he suffered a catastrophic accident where he fractured his skull, he broke his cheekbone, and his nose. They questioned his return. He took it as an opportunity to show his potential. And that following season, he led the league in scoring, assists, and total points. This man was an NHL MVP, not once, not twice, but 6 times. For 20 consecutive seasons, he led the NHL in all scoring. He was the only pro to play 6 consecutive decades. He was inducted in the Hall of Fame in 1972, and he will always be remembered as a Detroit Red Wing with 4 Stanley Cups. This man right here, my favorite player, Steve Yzerman, the captain, joined the league at the age of 18 and became the youngest captain at the age of 21. But wait, not just the youngest, but the longest serving captain in NHL history. He is a 2-time Olympian. He helped the team capture the President's Trophy, which means they had the best record of the season, and while winning himself the Conn Smythe Trophy, which basically means he was the team MVP for the playoffs. He also won the Frank Selke Trophy, which means he was the best defensive man that year, and he retired July 3rd, 2006. He retired as an all-time legend. His name will be forever instilled in the mind of Detroit hockey. He then went on to become the vice president of the Red Wings. In 2008, he accepted the job as the head director of the 2010 Winter Olympics for the hockey team for Canada. And he was inducted to the Hall of Fame in 2009, and he will always be remembered as a 5-time Stanley Cup champion. Yet another great to walk through this town, Sergei Fedorov. This man was born on December 13th, 1969 in Russia. He joined the Red Wings in 1989, and he came at a time where it was like near impossible for them to come over. There was a lot of tension between the Soviet Union and America due to the Cold War, so when he came, it was a big shock to everybody. He played a pivotal role in 3 Stanley Cups, and he's a 6-time All-Star. He won the Hart Oak Trophy, the Lester B. Pearson Award, and the Selke Trophy. In the 05-06 season, he was traded to the Columbus Blue Jackets, where he played his 1,000th game. Until 2 weeks ago, he held the record for the most goals scored by a Russian player, which was surpassed by Alex Ovechkin. His final stats in the NHL were 483 goals, 696 assists, and 1,179 total points. He played on gold medal world championship, and he's an Olympic silver medalist and the newest member inducted into the Hall of Fame as the 2015 Sergei Fedorov. The last and final player we're going to talk about tonight is Nicholas Lidstrom. He was born on April 20th, 1970 in the country of Sweden. He joined the Red Wings in the 1991-1992 season, where he played his entire career with one franchise with 1,564 total games, which equates to 20 seasons. This is the longest in NHL history. He won 4 Stanley Cups while there, and he won 7 Norris trophies, and he retired on May 31st, 2012. This was one of the most impactful events in the city of Detroit. Because when you think of Detroit hockey, we think of Nicholas Lidstrom. He dedicated his whole life to the Red Wings, and that's truly, it's heart-touching and amazing. He's one of the few members in the Triple Gold Club, which puts him as an Olympic gold medalist, a world champion with a world championship, and won a Stanley Cup. He was inducted in the Hall of Fame as of 2015, and he will always be remembered as a Detroit Red Wing. You guys remember Gordie Howe, that player we were talking about earlier? This is his entrance at the Joe Louis Arena. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Hockey Town! Not very many people know this, but we weren't originally the Red Wings. We started off in 1926 as the Detroit Cougars, and in 1931 we became the Falcons. And finally, in 1933, we became what everybody around Detroit knows as the Detroit Red Wings. If you guys look closely in front of the entrance of Joe Louis Arena on the Gordie Howe entrance, on the doors it counts how many Stanley Cups we have won as a franchise, with a grand total of 11 Stanley Cups right here in the heart of Detroit. December 12th, 1979, this great monument was built to house the Detroit Red Wings, and it's been a home for decades, and it's been the embodiment of Detroit hockey. But, and sadly to say, in the 17-18 season, they will be relocating to the Detroit Event Center, and this will just become another piece of history in hockey. And with all this being said, it is my great pleasure to tell you where we're going to next. We're going to the site of the new arena! Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, over my shoulder, you are looking at the construction site for the new Detroit Red Wing Arena. This place will be jam-packed with things to do. With fan amenities and state-of-the-art technology, this will become the new heart of Detroit. And just a stone throw away is Hockey Town's Cafe. Let's go! Hey, the stone finally landed right here at Hockey Town Cafe. Let's take a look inside, shall we? Well, I guess we're locked out. That's alright. In Detroit, we're only a stone's throw away from another great establishment. Hockey Town opened in 1999 and is jammed with Wings memorabilia, including pictures of the past and current players, custom Red Wing motorcycles, and famous sports equipment. This establishment is considered to be the closest thing to the Detroit Hockey Hall of Fame. Hey look, stone finally landed at our next scene right here at Chelly's Chili Bar, owned by Detroit Red Wing former player Chris Chelios himself. Now we're standing outside, and that's only because when we went in and asked, they said please only record us from the outside. So that's why we're out here. We're going to give you a little bit of information about Chelly's itself. This bar is a sports attraction that Detroiters come from all over to hang out at. With 36 flat screens, Chelly's Chili Bar is a fantastic way to watch any Detroit sport and is located right across the street from Comerica Park. Feel free to stop by and feel the Detroit love. And with that, I conclude Hockey Time with Ryan Large-Agee. Get ready for the song that's about to play while the credits roll.